Now, for an analysis on the country's national security issues, we're joined by independent crime and violence expert Jacob Mofokeng. A very good evening to you, sir. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to the late edition.
Thank you for having me, and good evening to your viewers.
Now, we've seen Minister Ntshabeni having called for the Commission of Inquiry into crime syndicates and alleged police collusion to be fast-tracked. Now, as a crime and violence expert, Mr. Mofokeng, what's your immediate reaction to this announcement, and what does the urgency signal about the extent and the impact of organized crime and possible police collusion in South Africa?
Well, it is very much interesting now that we are talking about the agency, that the process has to be activated. But if then we can go back in time, remember when General Mkhwanazi was an acting police commissioner, that was around 2012, he did mention that, half of the crime intelligence, has been compromised and is going to clean it. And what happened to him? He was transferred. And around 2013, General Piasa, who came over, then she also alluded to the fact that, policing cannot, police without crime intelligence, and it was ailing. 2018, General Sithole also indicated before the portfolio committee that crime intelligence has been infiltrated.
Yeah. So
the question then is, why now we talk about the agency when actually it has been a serious problem that, the higher echelon of the South African Police Service as well as the crime intelligence have been compromised. And so many commentators, they raised their voice concerns in terms of the gesture of the president in terms of really coming with decisive measures to be able to deal with the ills that are happening within the South African Police Service. So we hope then with this Commission of Inquiry that something better will come out of it, whereby not only the recommendations will be submitted to the president, but people then will be brought before the court of law so that they can be able to be accountable for whatever allegations have been brought before the Commission.
And the minister also highlighted concerns about intelligence structures missing these criminal syndicates. I mean, where do you believe the main failures lie? Is it in the intelligence gathering? Is it analysis? Or is it the coordination with law enforcement in its totality?
It's a lack of leadership, and one will wonder why certain individuals were appointed within crime intelligence. So it seems like they were not really appointed to deal with, dealing with crime as well as analysis of intelligence. If those that are in a high echelon are not really focused, then we should not expect, members on the ground to be able to be motivated, because they need to also be provided with resources as well as necessary support to be able to infiltrate, as well as, we know the stories of what has been happening with the issues of slush funds and how money has been misappropriated. And because of a lack of direction within crime intelligence, then we talk about how, police officials within, law enforcement are colluding with criminals. And hence now we are talking about those that have access to sensitive information within, in the position of the police.
Mr. Mofokeng, since the 1980s, you'll recall that so many effective strategies have been developed to combat organized crime internationally. But despite these strategies, local police stations in South Africa in particular still use basic policing knowledge and skills to police organized crime at police station level. And in the majority of cases, very little or nothing is being done to confirm whether, for instance, an arrested car thief or maybe a burglar or a drug dealer belongs to an organized criminal group. So how strong and effective are South Africa's intelligence structures in dealing with organized crime currently, based on your analysis and observations?
Well, I believe that we have capable, people with knowledge, but if then they are not really been supported by those in top management, there is no way that they can be able to, function effectively to be able to provide information to those that are at the station level. So those that are at the station level, they, depend holistically on the intelligence that they need to be able to be provided with by the crime intelligence. So then if crime intelligence then is in shambles, then you should expect that those that at the station should also be found to be wanting. So we really need to, after this commission of inquiry, if certain people have to be transferred within crime intelligence or maybe be given early retirement so that then the president can appoint people who are really dedicated to save the country, so that the confidence, the public confidence in the SABC can really increase. So we need to be able to see crime intelligence coming strong as well as providing with proactive information. Remember, crime intelligence has got, a role to play within network, investigations, whereby they work with informers as well as the covert, of which we will not know the activities of such. They are allocated with a lot of money, but we cannot really see the impact of crime intelligence assisting the local police to be able to work effectively.
All right, Mr. Mofokeng, great chatting to you. Thank you so much for sharing your analysis with us.